Welcome to This Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art, posts, and updates. So without further ado, let's go over these announcements and news from the 19th of August to the 25th. Starting this week's episode off, we had a developer workshop for the daily tribute system. So their current plan is to change the current form of scaling through mastery rank to that of scaling off of your days logged in. So every 50 days you'll get an increase of 25% of the base resource amount added on top of it. So as an example, we have Endo. So day 1 to 50 you'll get 50 Endo. From 50 to 100 you'll get 62.5. From 100 to 150 you'll get 75. And then 150 days to 200 days, you will get 87.5. And then at 200 days, you get 100 Endo up until 250 days. And it just keeps going from there. Moving on to the milestone system, the only thing that will change is that every time you reach a milestone date, you will be able to choose from the amount of milestones available. However, you won't be able to choose from all the prime mods and the weapons each time you reach a milestone. These are set to specific days. So for sigils and resources, every 50 days from the 50-day count, you'll be able to choose from the sigil and resource packs. So you can choose the sigil packs, the former and Orokin reactor packs, as well as the Riven mod packs. And then for prime mods, you'll be able to choose every 200 days from the 200-day count. And then as for the weapons and equipment, every 200 days from the 100-day marker, you'll be able to choose from the weapons and equipment available, such as the Azima Xanastar, Lodestar Syndana, the Lodestar Armor Set, the Zenith, and the Sigma Endoptantus. Moving on though, we had the release of Update 23.5 with the Mask of the Revenant. Now in order to start the Mask of the Revenant mini quest, you will need to be at least rank 2, the Observer rank for the Quill Syndicate, which means you do need to have access to your operator. Once you've done that, visit Nakuk in Cetus, the little mask vendor, and start her mask dialogue option. From there, head out onto the plains while the mask is equipped, and then head to the locations on the map with the white ringed circles. Once you're in there, listen to Nakuk and then follow what she says, and repeat that a couple of times until you get to the final point, and then you can head back to Cetus and then start to farm the parts for Revenant through the Cetus bounties. Now, when you gain a new part from the bounties, you can come back and do this multiple times, and I believe after doing it twice, you will complete the quest. Now, when it comes to Revenant, you can purchase him from the in-game market for 325 Platinum, or you can gain his collection for 640 Platinum. The collection itself comes with the Revenant alternate helmet, which by itself costs 75 Platinum, the Phantasma, which is the new beam weapon shotgun, and it is 180 Platinum, or you can purchase the blueprint for it for 25,000 credits. You'll also get the armor set, which is 100 Platinum, and then the Kavat armor set as well, which is 90 Platinum. There was also the release of a new Grineer background for your UI, and if you want to purchase that, you can do so by going into your UI options and purchasing it for 50 Platinum. They also added watermarks for each of the vendors in the game, so they just have a little icon of their head or syndicate. There was also changes to Frame Fighter, DirectX, and then fixes for the base game, all of which are up on your screen. The only other item to note from the fixes is that they changed the location of one of the couriers in the game, 5 to 3, and it is now in the center pipe instead of one of the end pipes, which for some reason wasn't scannable. Now, if you do have any issues, bugs, and whatnot with the Mask of the Revenant quest, as well as Revenant himself, make sure to head over to the Megathread forum post so you can post your bugs and issues there. Now, Tennogen Round 14 has a deadline of September 5th, so if you're a Tennogen creator, make sure you submit your creations to the Steam Workshop before September 5th at 12 PM Eastern Time. And once again, for Tennogen creators, the Revenant files, so you guys can start making skins for him, will be coming eventually, just not at the moment. Now, moving on to Twitter posts from the developers. First off was Rebbecca just covering, for some reason, her experience with Oxium, and that there may be changes coming to Oxium in the future, but they have to work that out, even though the resource itself is just one annoyance after the other, but we will have to wait and see what they say on that matter. Next up was a tweet from Pablo, going off of what he posted last week, which was bulk donations of items into dojos, and he is just relaying that bulk resource donations is something they're working on at the moment. There was also a tweet from DE Taylor saying that there was new Warframe partner glyphs available, so if you recognize any of those icons or content creators, make sure to look them up and see how you can get one of their glyphs if you like them. Moving on is a tweet from Steve showing off the prototype version of the next gear wheel. Going off of his tweet from a while back, which was theming the future gear wheel off of Prey, and that looks like what he's done. We also have another post that just goes over with the items actually in the gear wheel. It does look interesting. Don't know if I'm a fan of it, but we'll have to wait and see till it's in the game and see if they make any more changes in the future, because it is a prototype version. And for those wondering about how the emote system will work on the gear wheel, Steve just said that it may be on a similar wheel, and that's about it. And then the final tweet was just saying that keyboard and mouse support will be coming soon to consoles. So if you're a console player, you have a spare keyboard or whatever laying around, there you go. Anyway, that concludes this week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way, make sure to leave it in a comment down below, as well as your thoughts on anything that I talked about here today. And if you missed out on last week's episode, there's an annotation on the screen that'll take you right to it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.